Hi, I'm Paul with rockoutfitters.com, here to show you the Thule Bed Rider truck bed bicycle carrier. And this is the part number 822XTR. Here we have one up close so you can see the construction of it. It is made of aluminum telescopic material with multiple points of adjustability, just simply by pressing in the detent button. So the detent button has somewhat of a mushroom shape on it. That way when it's under compression, it can't be pressed in, which is part of the security. And we'll go into more detail about the security of this design. So it can go anywhere from a full size to a compact truck. And then it's fine-tuned on this end by turning it, which will compress it further to get it just right. And we're going to install this on the vehicle behind me so you can see exactly how that goes. So these two bike carriers are held to this bar. They're variable adjust. You can position them anywhere along the length of this bar that works for your vehicle. They're held on to the telescopic bar with a tamper-resistant fasteners. That is a hollow point Torx. So it offers a very high level of security once you have that in place. That, in addition to the actual keyed lock quick release levers here, that gives you excellent security for the bikes to the carrier as well as the carrier to the truck. Also at the opposite end, once you have it tightened into the truck bed, you close this lever, and then here it locks as well. So it locks under compression, which offers a good level of security. However, if you have more expensive bicycles that are more sought after, it's advisable to supplement with additional security. So when you're installing this, it's best to first take a measurement of your truck bed. So with a rigid measuring tape, I'm going to go behind me here and simply take a measurement from side to side of the truck bed. So in this case it is 55 inches, and then I can transfer that measurement over to the carrier itself. So I'll just measure from the end of the bracket to the other end and get my 55 inches. I'm at 56 right now, so I'll bring it in one click. So now I should be at my 55 inches. There's 54. Let's go out a click. Sometimes it falls in between, and that's what that, yeah, so now we're at 56. So I'm gonna have to have it at 54, and then we'll get the rest of the fine tuning done with the turn knob. So at this point, we can take it back over to the truck. I'll extend it over and drop it down, lift this lever. And now at this point we can go ahead and start turning it. We'll go inward and it'll slowly compress. So there's an important note to make here, is that Thule does not recommend this truck bed carrier for trucks that have a bed rail cap, just like this truck right here. It has a bed rail cap. So technically this truck is not a recommended fit by Thule. Now, unfortunately, pretty much every truck on the market that's sold nowadays has a bed rail cover, just like this one. So it's really up to the user to decide if they feel that there is any risk to perhaps deforming the bed rail, the plastic bed rail cover. That is the concern that Thule has, and that's why they've basically release their liability by making that statement that it's not designed for vehicles with bed rail covers. So it's entirely up to the user should they decide to go ahead and mount this to a vehicle that has a bed rail cover. And so if it does create any deformation in the plastic bed rail cover, that would not be covered under warranty. So now we have it into the bed. It has a very good, strong, firm connection. I don't see any deformation in this cover. It is not causing any problems that I can see whatsoever. So next I will grab a key, and at this point I can lock it, and now it's locked under compression, making a good, stable, secure foundation to add. In this case, it's set up out of the box for 2 bicycles. Should you want to add a 3rd bicycle, Thule offers a add-on. So this is the locking bed rider add-on block, and this add-on block has essentially just gives you a 3rd bike option that you can install. Now, should you have to mount that on this, there's 2 ways you can mount it: on the large diameter square tube or the narrow diameter square tube. If you're mounting it on the narrow diameter square tube, then it includes a spacer. It's a rubber spacer that you put in there so that it gives it good grip onto that smaller tubing shape. So at this point we can go ahead and load up a bike, and that way you can see exactly how a bike sits in the bed on this carrier. So to do that, the first thing I want to do is make sure I have the lever opened and there's plenty of space here to accept the tips of the fork. The adjustment is all done from just this one side, so I can loosen it up from this side and not have to make any adjustments to the opposite side there. So next I'll go ahead and step off camera to grab the bicycle. Of course, this is a fork mount style requiring removal of the front wheel. So with that front wheel removed, all you got to do simply is lift the bike into position, drop the tips of the fork down into the fork block, and then flip the lever. If it's not tight enough, then you just make your adjustments until you get a good firm grip. Again, it's all done from one side, so you don't have to worry about reaching to the opposite side. And there you have a firm grip of the bicycle onto the carrier. Also, you can see how it locks using the same key that locked the carrier to the bed rail. It locks the bicycle to the carrier. So those are all the key features of the Thule bed rider truck bed bicycle carrier. I'm Paul with rackoutfitters.com. Click the information icon at the top of the screen for complete details, pricing, and our promotions. Thank you for watching.